So I told the principal after that, I will take her to her pediatrician, and her pediatrician's really good about seeing her. Whenever I call, they're like, "Yep, bring her in." So I mean, I didn't like how the principal was threatening her, right in front of me, saying, "Oh, if you don't come in today, you're gonna have summer school." So after my doctor's appointment, I took her straight to her doctor's, which mine didn't even really take all that long. It was more the distance I had to drive. So she was at her doctor's appointment by like 10:40, I want to say. And so she told the we talked with her doctor, and I told her, well, she hadn't read a chapter. She needed one more chapter to finish reading in a book, and she was reading it on the way to school. I don't know how she thought she was going to read one chapter in like 5 minutes in a 5-minute drive. Um, and then I told her then also they're going to have some testing, which is what the principal had told me about or mentioned. So the doctor's like, I talked with my daughter, and my daughter's like, oh, these girls are bullying me, and the teacher um, also says things to me, and it's what did she say? She goes, it embarrasses me, or yeah, something like that. That the teacher's also um, kind of calling her out on things, and other students. I mean, she's already being bullied, and then you've got the teacher saying stuff. So her doctor wrote this for the school. Says, "Dear principal, please arrange meeting with teachers, social workers, and parents of the children that are bullying Lily," which is my youngest daughter. And then she wrote me out a diagnosis right here. Says, child's a victim of psychological bullying. And then that she rewrote that there. It just kind of says the same thing. Says, recommend school social worker to implement strategies for patient to report and cope bullying, mother to speak with teacher to get assignments like on email to her, and mother to speak with the principal, and to have a meeting with the teacher, the social worker, and students that are bullying her. I'm not sure if social worker is the same as like a counselor. I'm not even sure if the school has a social worker, but the principal knows it's going on, and I don't know what steps are supposed to be taken, but my daughter doesn't feel safe in that school. She's, bawling her eyes out, and my daughter is very forgiving. Monday she must have forgot what she's going through, because Monday she went to school perfectly fine, but come Tuesday they gave her a reminder, I'm sure, and she was just not having it. So, and I also kind of feel bad, because I'm like, no, you have to go. I have to, I have a doctor's appointment. You don't want to be late. Get in the building. And she's crying. She's like, no, Mom, I want to go with you. And so the doctor said, well, even though you're telling me that that she didn't read this chapter, that's something that she can work on. That's something that she can organize her, her homework, try to get it done on time. That's because she's being bullied. She's gonna overreact with some of the simple things like that we can turn in the work late. But she says the teacher calls her out on it, so she gets embarrassed. That's what she was saying. The teacher embarrasses her because she calls her out on stuff. And she was straight out telling the doctor she has no problem voicing what's going on. It's just these young girls are intimidating her, and these are some of the young girls that she had since first grade, which is kind of pretty much when it started. It was just at a more child level, at a younger level, and she was able to get over it, and we went throughout the year. But yeah, I mean, post me a comment and give me some ideas of what I can do. I know I posted Carmen. Go check out Carmen's Reborns and Dolls. Her son is also being bullied, and I gave her some advice as far as writing everything down on paper. But I can talk the talk. I'm just a big chicken. And then I want my daughter to stand up for herself. But I mean, I know I have to go get this paper in and have the school step up. And I don't know why the principal's telling me she needs to go to counseling when there's a counselor there. She should be offering me and letting me know what the school or how the school can help. And pretty much the principal was trying to say, oh, she's having a panic attack, a panic attack. So, if we have to call 911, whether the police or ambulance, I don't know which one of the two she meant. I'm thinking, well, yeah, she's worried. She doesn't want to go in the building because she knows what's coming. Who even as an adult, you don't want confrontation. You don't want to deal with stuff like that, And my daughter's actually, I want to say, the youngest child in the class because her birthday, she turned 5 on the 29th of August, and come September, I forget if it was 3, 4, or 5, school started. So as soon as she turned 5, she started school. So she's the youngest child in that class. And her grades have dropped a little. Nothing that really worries me, knowing the situation and the stuff she goes through. She does not feel comfortable asking the teacher for help or saying, I didn't get this work done and can I turn in tomorrow? She just worries because she knows that the teacher is going to be upset. And that cannot be a good feeling for her, day after day. And not only knowing she has to